Greetings, you Manix, Crimes, and yet another shooting video. This time, I was taking my Arasaka out at 100 and 200 yards. So, first things first, I just gotta say, my Arasaka sight, front sight, is not zeroed yet. It hits to the left. However, I have been able to hit a target fairly accurately at 100 yards, and this is that target. I did this like a week ago. Anyway, this time around, though, was not very good. No real point of showing the targets, because, I mean, I could, but they're pretty awful. So, alright. The ammo I'm using is by Norma. It is 174 grain, soft point, round nose. Like, these aren't even Spitzer rounds. These are basically, I believe they're just pure hunting ammo. They're not really meant for super long range. The Arasaka, the 77x58 Japanese, does have a lot of range. It's very comparable to 308 in some aspects, but not this ammo. Anyway, so we had a lead sled, and we're going to use that to zero it. And we also have a sight tool called the Wyoming Sight Drifter. This thing actually works on the Arasaka, which is amazing. I didn't think it would, but it does. It works a treat. However, we couldn't get it zeroed, and man, I will get that thing zeroed one day. But my God, if the ammo was only 60 cents a round like it is for the Mosin, I would have already had it zeroed, and I'd be shooting this thing all the damn time because I like shooting it. It's just this ammo is really expensive. It's $1.88 a round. And that's some of the cheapest ammo I've found. I have not found cheaper ammo that's in stock. That really infuriates me. I have been saving the brass, so regardless, I have hit 100 yards before with this thing, even though it was off. 200? Forget about it. I completely missed. I thought I was on target, but I changed the ladder sight. I moved it up a bit because I'm like, okay, it's 200 now. I should not use the 100 zero, but I should have stick to the 100 because then I think some shots would have been on paper. I was hitting high. My God, that's annoying, but it's not too surprising. I'm not really used to taking these rifles out past 50 yards. I typically stick to 50 yards. I know. I have a Mosin Nagant that can easily do 1,000. Yes, it can, Fuds. Shut up. And I don't really stretch its legs out because, well, I don't really care. And also, my Mosin, the sight isn't zeroed either. It's close, but it's not 100% zeroed. I will eventually do a video of me taking the Mosin out to 200 and seeing if I can actually hit the target. I have a feeling I will be able to with the Mosin. Anyway, this wasn't all that bad. The problem that I had with the lead sled is that, yeah, the lead sled's definitely, useful. But one, it felt a little cheap. It didn't really hold the rifle super well. And secondly, I couldn't get a good place to put the buttstock. And with a rifle like the Arasaka that recoils like crazy, like this thing kicks. It was starting to hurt after like 4 rounds. And I'm like, never mind. No. Because, ooh. I have, last time I went to the range I took both of my full power rifles, my Arasaka and my Mosin, and I fired about 80 rounds in the Mosin. Wow. Or maybe even more than that. And I fired maybe 40 or 50, or maybe it was like 60 rounds. No, it wasn't 60 rounds. I think it was like 40 something rounds out of the Arasaka. Yeah, my shoulder was feeling it, and I still kind of feel it. So, anyway, it's just a real damn shame that I couldn't get the sight zeroed. I will eventually, it's going to take a while. I'm going to take my time with it. Because, again, the ammo is super expensive, and I have to order it offline. I am not going to get surplus ammo. You can forget about that. The stuff that comes in those spam cans, First off, I don't have room for it. And second off, that stuff is sketch. I do not trust it at all. It really is unfortunate that 7.7 is that expensive. I really do wish it was cheaper. Honestly, it should be cheaper. There should be companies out there, or one company that makes, classic ammunitions like this, like 303 British. We know it's not that big of a problem with 303. 77 Arisaka, 735 Kirkano, that kind of stuff, where you can't always find it. And they just make it for real cheap. Like, you got the just normal steel case stuff, and then you got the match grade stuff. There should be companies that do that, right? Or one company. My God. That would be a very successful company. Don't you think? Anyway. The Arisaka is a really accurate rifle, though. Like, the irons are good. The rounds themselves are accurate. It's just the sight is off, and I'm not exactly experienced when it comes to long-range shooting, especially 200 yards. And I could barely see the target. The targets I was shooting at were just, I think, a little bit too small. Regardless. Anyway, next time at the range, though, I'm going to be taking my SKS out to 100 and 200 yards. That's right. 760 by 39, a cartridge that only really has about 300 yards in it, something like that. Maybe 275 ish, maybe a little bit more. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I will be taking the SKS out of those distances. I know the iron sights on the SKS are zeroed. Those things are perfectly zeroed, and I'm very glad about that. So, with all that being said, I just it kind of infuriates me, man. I really want this rifle to be accurate, because I really like this rifle, and I'm going to get my Mosin zero, but the Mosin is super easy because I have a tool for it. The Arisaka front sight, if you didn't know, was never supposed to be movable. It was just zeroed at the factory, and that's just what the rifle was zeroed. I know that sounds really odd. I don't know why the Japanese did that, but whatever. Regardless, is a good rifle. I really do like it. Do I wish it was like a Lee Enfield more than an Arisaka? Part of me does, because 303 is a lot cheaper. But the Arisaka is definitely cool. It's definitely a cool rifle. I'm glad I own it. I'm glad I rescued it from some FUD out there that would probably have butchered this damn thing. But no. Anyway. Next range video is probably going to be me shooting the SKS at 100 and 200 yards, so wish me luck on that. I think I'm going to get decent shots, maybe. I don't know. This was an attempt at 200 and 100 yards of the Arisaka. Last time I shot at 100 yards at another range, I was a lot more successful. Anyway, as you guys saw from the target. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trophy, we trust.